for our first live telecast.
First live telecast. Glad to be here.
And it should be a lot of fun. Tonight, the Massena Central Red Raiders host the Oswego Buccaneers. In quarterfinal sectional action, the winner goes to Utica on the road to Utica as they will be in the Final Four. And the loser goes home. So a big game here tonight. The Massena Central Red Raiders, Mickey, 21-2-1 on the season. Winners 2-0 in the Section 10 championship game last Saturday at the Cheel Arena on the campus of Clarkson University. The Oswego Buccaneers got here by virtue of a 5-2 upset win over Rome Free Academy, a team that they had lost to 2 times previous during the season. There you get a look at some of our large crowd here tonight at the Massena Arena, as anticipating a good game here tonight. The Zamboni is on the ice now as they are just getting ready to clean the ice. The teams were a little late getting on the ice here tonight in warm-ups, and that's why we'll have a slight delay at the start of our broadcast. So while we have this chance, we're going to step away. You're watching Massena Central Red Raider playoff hockey action live right here on Edwards Production Sports.
Hello and welcome to Edwards Productions Television, Cable Channel 36 in Massena, New York. What we're about to show you is inside Edwards Productions Television, and also give you an overview of some of the things you can find here on Edwards Productions Television, and you might recognize some of the things that we'll show you that we've aired so far here at Cable Channel 36. Here inside Edwards Productions Television is the editing suite that is used for putting together the programming that you see us shooting out in the field. A lot of times you might see us at a game with just a camera, and then the next day you'll see this program or the game that we were shooting.
They are very, very disciplined.
They showed a class act all year long, and well-deserved.
The Oswego Buccaneers, as we mentioned at the beginning of our broadcast telecast here tonight, 13-9 coming into this game. Some of the players to look for. Dave Vashon, number 8. He's got 17 goals and 30 assists for 47 points. Jason Bauer, where's number 6? He's got 23 goals, 15 assists for a total of 38 points. And I think what we'll do right now, Mickey, is I think we'll step out and watch as they make the starting lineups, as they the introductions to the starting lineups.
Saratoga 4, Stephen Catholic 1. Let's introduce the teams to you now. The alternate goalie for Oswego is number 1, Mark Spatafor.
Mark Spatafor, an alternate goalie, being announced. Maybe until we get to the starting lineups, we can chat a little bit more. Oswego winners in Section 3. As we mentioned, they defeated Rome in an upset win 5-2. I understand in that game from Pete Sears, the head coach of this Oswego team, that they played very well. They let out the whole game. They played a good, solid effort. And it was the first time they had beaten Rome all year. They had lost to them 2 times the previous, 7-1 and 3-1.
Number 3, Matt Monesh. Number 2, Jared Ledoux. The starters for Oswego tonight in goal, number 21, Jeff DeSantis.
Jeff DeSantis starting in goal.
On defense, number 9, Dave Doty.
Number 9, Dave Doty will start on defense.
And number 18, Ben Mikulski.
Number 18, Ben Mikulski, also on defense.
For the Buccaneers, number 7, Mike Asenze. Number 10, Dan Dorsey.
Dan Dorsey.
Number 20, Brian Lester.
Brian Lesser.
Assistant Mark Fierro.
And Mike Asenzi starting.
Mr. Pete Sears.
And there you get a look at Pete Sears, the head coach of the Oswego Buccaneers.
Now let's meet the Section 10 team.
Massena Central Red Raiders about to be introduced. Real nice crowd here on
I was just going to mention that, Chip. That is a real nice crowd out here supporting the Red Raiders. It's good to see the people out, and they're out in numbers tonight.
The Raiders, number 22, Doug Adams.
Red Raiders, by virtue of winning the Section 10 regular season championship, had to buy into the championship round. They took on Potsdam. They won 2-0. And getting set here for quarterfinal action. And the winner, as we mentioned, goes to Utica. Patrick Slack, the mascot. He gets a big hand. Here are the starters for the Massena Central Red Raiders.
Mike Graham's down, start for the Red Raiders. He's had this played excellent all year long.
Number 7, Chris Aldis.
Chris Aldis, one of Massena's.
One of the Division I first team All-Northern.
Well deserved.
Derek DeRocher gets the start on defense.
And Jason Chilton, who is the MVP for Massena.
MVP in the Northern Athletic Conference Division I. Derek Gladding and Josh Spanberg. The Red Raiders starting lineup. And now we'll have our national anthem. The Massena Central Red Raiders and Oswego Buccaneers just about ready for high school playoff action. We'll be back right after this.
Stop down to the Hotel Netto located on Andrew Street in Massena on Friday and Saturday nights from 10 to 2 for the live band nightlife. Visit Jerry Moran on Sunday nights from 7 to 11 for karaoke. And a special note, stop into Hotel Netto on March 17th, St. Patty's Day, for the live band nightlife from 8 to 12. The Hotel Netto, where you'll always find something going on.
So we are back, and Mickey, just about set as we go live for our first telecast of a sporting event as the Massena Central Red Raiders getting ready to take on the Oswego Buccaneers. Today a birth in the Edwards family.
That is correct. At 4:30, 3 pounds, 8 ounces, Joshua Chad Edwards
Was born to
Chad, and congratulations, Chad.
and Jennifer.
Jen is in Burlington now, and the whole family's excited. I'm an uncle once again.
And off the draw, the Red Raiders, Jason Chilton, Josh Spanberg, and Derek Glotting bring the puck in over the Oswego line.
They're wasting no time tonight. That's a real big line for Massena. Gladding, Chilton, and Spanberg. Gladding has a total of 15 points, but Chilton 38 and Spanberg 36, and they make a great combination.
And off the draw, this is Aldis with a puck. Chris Aldis. Now left side for Derek Gladding. Gladding with Chilton set up in front. Now Gladding takes a shot off the side of the net. Here's Spanberg with it. Josh Spanberg trying to center in front. It goes off a leg. Aldis with a shot. That goes wide of the mark. The Buccaneers in their own zone try to clear it out. They do. as that was Brian Lester who just played it outside his own zone. Oswego changing on the fly. Here's Spanberg in over the line once again. Spanberg has it taken out his stick. And the Buccaneers now try to send out all alone Dave Vashaw, but back to intercept the peck of the Red Raider defense. And now at center ice, this is Vashaw, 2-on-1 as they catch the Red Raiders on a break. And this is Vashaw's shot. It was a quick shot. He had Neil Pecor going to the net, but his shot went wide of the Red Raider goal. Ramsdale leaves it behind his own net for Chris Aldis. Aldis now to Mark Tile, left side, center ice, Cameron. Too far for LeBombard. LeBombard racing in along with Joe Ferguson along the boards, and Trevor Cameron comes away. Kenny Smith, a pass broken up, and Vashaw with it. Now a nice pass into the zone to Tony Siapa, but Kenny Smith, a good job to get back Mickey and break that up. Now Mark Tile to center. Tile went over the line. Puck chucked off his stick. Buccaneers play at the center. Pass intended for Garrett Ferguson. Behind him, and Brian LeBombard.
That's going to be icing. As we've got a lot of quick action real early in the period. 13:02 left. As there you see our score.
And they'll bring the face-off back down to the right of Massena goaltender Mike Ramsdale. And the Red Raiders going with that line of Reed, Bergeron, and Terry up front. And it's going to be Frank Joy and Kenny Smith. Back on defense, Kenny Smith takes a check from Jared Leduc. Jared Leduc, I understand, originally from Massena. Playing with the Oswego Buccaneers. This is Bergeron, a centering attempt in front, but the only player there was wearing a blue jersey. He cleared the puck. Center ice, Joy, intended for Terry, too far for him. Buccaneers play at the center. Matt Reed knocks down an Oswego player. DeSantis leaves the puck behind his own net. Buccaneers trying to start out on the left side. They play the puck to center, and Kenny Smith has it there. Now into the Oswego zone, right on the stick. Off the side of the net. Kenny Smith holding it at the point, plays it in front. Bergeron in digging for the puck. He and Dave Doty collide. Frank Joy hit from behind, and the Buccaneers clear down into the Massena zone. We've played 3 minutes in this hockey game. Glad to have you with us here on Edwards Production Sports for Massena Central Red Raider playoff hockey action. Live here on Cable 36, and we get a icing call charged against Oswego.
None of the goaltenders really tested yet in the game. Bergeron, unexpected pass to him, and he fired a shot just to the lower left side of the Oswego goalie, but nothing real concrete on the goalies yet.
Red Raiders go with that line of Chilton, Gladding, and Spanberg. Now Oswego trying to break away past Mickey in center ice.
That pass right there happened a little early. I think we're going to have to watch for that. With 11:35 left in the first period, we'll be back right after this.
At Pete's Jewelers on Phillip Street in Massena, you can find elegant art-carved diamonds from a business that has carried art-carved diamonds since 1950. If bracelets or chains are what you desire, visit Pete's Jewelers for 14-karat gold bracelets and chains with a lifetime guarantee. Or maybe you're looking for the hard-to-find antique jewelry. Visit Pete's Jewelers on Phillip Street in Massena for all of your fine jewelry needs or in-store repairs. They're open Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 5, and open till 8 on Fridays.
Lakers off the Lakers. The Oswego Buccaneers charged with icing once again. And they'll bring the face-off back down. The Oswego zone, face it off to the left of netminder Jeff DeSantis.
Out comes LeBombard, Cameron, and Tile. All three lines of Massena have been pressuring Oswego in their own zone, and Oswego's been having to dump the puck just to get out of their zone. And just before the break we took, Oswego's tried the quick pass up the middle to split Massena defense.
Here's a shot right on as LeBombard Tried to bank one in, but it went off DeSantis' pad. Now back the other way. A shot right on the wall. Great save. Ramsdale with the save. Two big saves coming off the stick of Dave Vashaw. As that line of Siapa, Bauer, and Vashaw, their number one line, almost connected there. Now, being stopped right at the line is Jason Bauer. A pass for Vashaw. That goes off his stick and into the corner. Vashaw in for checking. Red Raiders control. LaBombard puts the puck right on the stick of Siapa, but taken back by Trevor Cameron. Cameron skates in over the line. A long shot. Takes a crazy hot Mickey off the boards. And the Buccaneers are able to clear the rebound. Brian Terry can't control the puck. Buccaneers clear the length of the ice. We have a race for the puck now. Derek DeRocher beats Andy Grimshaw to the puck. Raiders play at the center. Now this is Matt Reed back in his own zone for Brian Terry at center. Off his stick. Bergeron now. Bergeron has to wait for Terry to get back on sides. Buccaneers send the length of the ice. And icing is going to be called
once again against Oswego, as Oswego's having a tough time getting anything organized in the neutral zone and in their own zone. And we're finding a lot of icings called against them as they're just dumping the puck out. And that may not be such a bad play with the pressure that Massena's putting on them.
Oswego going with Garrett Ferguson, Andy Grimshaw, and Jared Leduc out there. Red Raiders counter here with Bergeron, Reed, and Terry. This is Sebastian Bergeron at center for Brian Terry. Terry slowed up by Andy Grimshaw. Bergeron has it. Sends the puck down into the Oswego zone. Back behind his own net, this is Joe Ferguson. Ferguson leaves for teammate Neil Pecor. Buccaneers play at the center. Pecor sends the puck in deep. 8:58 to play here in our first period. No score. Massena and Oswego. Playoff high school hockey here on Cable 36. Edwards Production Sports. We're glad to have you along with us here tonight for this live sports presentation. This is Derek Gladding now. Gladding to center. Overskated by Matt Reed. A bouncing puck right on. Credit Ramsdale with a save. Now in for checking for Oswego's Dan Dorsey. Red Raiders play the puck to center. Spanberg slides the puck into the Oswego zone. DeSantis out of his net, but can't clear. Now Jason Chilton, the Section 10 Division I most valuable player. Jason Chilton can't do anything with a puck.
Good back checking there by Gladding, and this is going to draw a penalty. I guess Mr. Referee saw a little too much stick there, and there's a little rough play after the whistle. As the Buccaneers are going to go to the power play, as Gladding is going to take a penalty for hooking, it looks like. And it looks like Chilton's going also.
That's going to be coincidental. Probably Chilton and Oswego's Mike Asenzi. But Oswego will have the man advantage here as Derek Gladding goes to the penalty box. He took the original penalty, Mickey, for hooking. 8:07, the time remaining here in our first period. No score in our hockey game. Oswego and Massena. So the Red Raiders send out Mark Tiles, Frank Joy, Ryan LaBombard, and Kenny Smith. Penalty killing for the Red Raiders. We'll set up this Oswego power play. They go with Dave Vashaw, Tony Siapa, and Jason Bauer. This is a centering pass right in front. And a shot taken by Siapa, save made Ramsdale. A shot from the point right on. It's loose in front. Red Raiders get the rebound. Vashaw in the corner behind the net for Siapa. Now for Bauer, too far for him. Pecor. Good play by LaBombard, and now Mark Tile.
Mark Tile makes a safe play and just dumps the puck very easily down into the Oswego zone.
Circling in his own zone, this is Dave Doty. To center ice for Siapa. Now Bauer. Jason Bauer moving in against Frank Joy. Bauer with good speed. A center and try in front, broken up by the Red Raiders. Here's a bouncing puck that goes through the Red Raider crease. And Frank Joy is able to clear as the Red Raiders changing penalty killers here on the fly. 7 minutes to play here in our first period, 22 seconds remaining on the Oswego power play. This is Siapa in the corner of Vashar. Vashar moves out front, slides one across. Ramsdale gets his stick on the play. Credit Chris Aldis with a good play too, as Aldis had Jason Bauer tied up so Bauer couldn't get his stick on that centering pass. Now sliding behind the Red Raider defense is Dan Dorsey, but he's ridden off the play by Derek DeRocher. Now Trevor Cameron. He's run into and checked by Pecor. Penalized player back on. Red Raiders back at full strength. So Mickey Red Raiders able to successfully kill off the first.
Oswego had a couple chances, but Ramsdale came up big on a couple of them, all pad.
Now in over the line, it's Lester. Brian Lester. Slowly, he was checked by Aldis on the play. DeRocher made a good play to break up that centering pass. Now behind the net, this is Derek DeRocher. Leaves for Matt Reed. Reed, though, gives the puck up to Steve Boyzek. Now behind the net, Oswego tried to center. Where is it? It's DeRocher in the corner. Tries to get away from a check. Red Raiders, Derek DeRocher circling. Playing it off the glass, and it goes out of play. So 5:40 run remaining here in our first period. We're going to step away. You're watching Red Raiders hockey action here on Edwards Production Sports.
This month, during the Golden Gift Sale at your Golden Rule Lumber Center, you can save on the 7 1/4-inch circular saw from Makita, complete with carbide tip blades, now at the low, low price of $119.99. This and other great values on sale now at the home of the professionals, your Golden Rule Lumber Center. That's LBM Lumber, Route 37 in Hogansburg.
Back to live action, Gladding, Chilton, and Spanberg out for the Raiders, as Massena just successfully killed off a penalty.
And it's Ferguson, Leduc, and Grimshaw countering for Oswego. This is Frank Joy in his own zone now for Josh Spanberg. Center ice, Jason Chilton. Checked and knocked down on a play. Red Raider fans looking for a penalty there, but won't get a call. Buccaneers move the puck up along the boards, but it's...
Oh, he scored! Raiders, number 3, Joy. And I don't even think DeSantis saw it, Chip. I barely saw it myself from up here. It took a funny bounce and over the shoulder of DeSantis, and that's going to put the Raiders up 1-0 with 5:13 left in the first period.
It happened very innocently. There you got to look at Frank Joy's stats on the season: a goal and 6 assists for 7 points. Frank Joy just shot the puck, but there was a Red Raider player standing right in front of netminder DeSantis. As soon as the puck came, he ducked. It went right over DeSantis' shoulder. Frank Joy gets the goal. Jason Chilton. Josh Spanberg pick up assists. 9:47. And Frank Joy with a big goal and puts the Red Raiders in the lead here, 1-0. Sometimes, you know, what do they say? You just got to shoot the puck at the net,
That's
right?
I believe Joy was just putting the puck back in the zone as it was coming out to the line, and he got good wood on it. It went up in the air and over, and DeSantis didn't even see it.
Here's Kenny Smith with a shot. Goes off Pecor in front of the Red Raiders. Now here's a centering attempt in front by Joy. Broken up. The Buccaneers can't clear, though. Red Raiders with this line of Tyle, Cameron, and LeBombard out there. This is LeBombard inside the zone. LeBombard now for Cameron.
LeBombard! What a chance right there as Cameron set up LeBombard, who fired a shot, and DeSantis gets the glove on it.
Beautiful save by Jeff DeSantis.
Offsides is a call, and that was a good play right there as the Raiders were fired up, and the crowd's behind them.
Cameron, good pass to Brian LeBombard.
LeBombard was all alone. Looked like he wanted to go high glove side, but he couldn't beat DeSantis. 4:24 left in our first period. as the Raiders send out Terry, Reed, and Bergeron.
And off the draw, Oswego countering with that line of Asensi, Lester, and Dorsey. Behind the net, Oswego tried to center in front, broken up by the Red Raider defense, and Terry sends out Matt Reed. Now Sebastian Bergeron. Bergeron in over the line. A drop pass for Brian Terry. Terry in a corner, centers in front. That's off a leg. Now Reed sets up in front, but the Red Raiders can't get him the puck. Now Matt Reed trying to check Oswego's Brian Lester off the puck. It comes to center. Chris Aldis with it there. Aldis will have to skate back into his own zone here. Down to 3:44. Now Aldis gives up the puck. Vasha, put it Chris Aldis slides back and takes the puck off of Vasha's stick. And the Red Raiders come back 2-on-1. Reed.
Oh, penalty, and justified as Matt Reed made a beautiful pass. He hesitated, put it across at just the right time.
As Matt Reed tried to set up Sebastian Bergeron, Mickey, but Bergeron was
all tied up and interfered with, and that's a penalty, and rightly so. And it looks like Oswego is going to get called for 2 penalties.
It'll be the same thing. I think DeRocher, it'll be coincidental minors on one, and then a penalty for a minute and a half to Oswego. As it's there, you get a look at Jason Bauer. Bauer on the season, 23 goals and 15 assists for 38 points. And Dave Vasha also in there. Vasha also part of that Oswego first line. As they're in the penalty box. 3:23 remaining. Red Raiders on the power play.
Oswego's number 8, Jason Bauer, a minute and a half for slashing. And the number 6, Jason Bauer got a minute and a half for hooking. Number 8 for Oswego.
So the Red Raiders on the power play here. Setting up that power play. They have Aldis and Smith at the points. And they have Jason Chilton out there, along with Derek Gladding and Josh Spanberg. This is Spanberg now for Gladding. Spanberg in the corner. Aldis at the point. This is Chilton. Chilton waiting. Aldis shooting. Blocked by Pecor. Now a shot. It's in front. I think the Santa's got a blocker on that one. And Oswego will clear the puck to center. Oswego going with penalty killers of Brian Lester, Micah Senzi, along with Pecor. That's Neil Pecor. This is Pecor with a puck right now. And Tony Siapo. Buccaneers fire the puck the length of the ice, down to 2:30 in the first period, and 35 seconds left on the Red Raider power play. Aldis now for Jason Chilton. Ooh, Chilton upended right at the line. Good play by Neil Pecor as he stepped up on the play. Knocked down the Red Raider forward, and then he got back on his skates, Mickey, and he cleared the puck. Now Spanberg going after a loose puck. He's got Gladding and Smith in over the line. Penalized player for Oswego with only 5 seconds remaining on his penalty. Now Spanberg being tied up on the play by Ferguson, trying to get away. Now Kenny Smith for Gladding. Tries to move in front, tries to play one in front for Cameron. Broken up, and the Buccaneers are back to full strength. Down to 1:35 in our first period. Here's a shot taken by Jason Bauer, and just as he was letting that one go, he was being checked on the play by Chris Aldis, and puck goes out of play, so we get a break in the action. With 1:35 to play.
Massena moves the puck around real nice on their power play when they get it in the zone and start working it around. It really didn't get too much going on this power play. Early they did. Not too many shots. The Raiders send out LeBombard, Cameron, and Tayo.
And they have Joy and Smith back on defense. Oswego countering here once again with their line of Vashaw out there. This time with Steve Boysick. as Boyzik normally plays on the fourth line, but getting some playing time here now. Now the Red Raiders moving in. Tile going to the net. Cameron with a puck. Centering the set. It's loose in front. Red Raiders battle. Oh,
Boy, oh boy.
Mark Tile right on the doorstep. Trevor Cameron and Brian LeBombard.
Good effort by Cameron to put the puck by the defender. He had to skate far in the corner and tried to send it out in front to Tile. And Tile was right there at the doorstep. There you see our score. Massena up 1-0, with just 1:06 left in the first period.
And off the draw, Oswego come away. Now this is Tony Siapa losing the puck at center. Mark Tile. We're under a minute in our first period. Brian LeBombard. He's knocked down from behind by Siapa. And Tony Siapa trying to stick in away from Mark Tile. Tile fakes his shot, waiting for his teammates to get inside the Oswego zone. Now the Buccaneers clear the puck. Ramsdell will come out of his net. Steer it over for Kenny Smith. This is Brian LeBombard. Now Smith for Frank Joy. Slides the puck to center. Here's a long shot. Sent in. And offsides against Oswego. 19 seconds to play. First period, 1-0. Red Raiders in the lead.
Burns Truck Stop number 9, located on Route 37 in Hogansburg, features discount gas and also a convenience store. That's Burns Truck Stop number 9, located on Route 37 in Hogansburg.
There's a look at Chilton, the MVP of the league.
And the Red Raiders on the draw. Chilton tied up with a Senzi. And Chris Aldis at center ice has to wait. Now he fires one. Look out.
I think Chris wanted to put a good hard shot in before the end of the period.
So just 8 seconds remaining here in our first period. We hope that you are enjoying this live sports presentation at home. A very fine crowd here at the Massena Arena for this playoff hockey game. And off the draw, Jason Chilton. Now it's out to center ice. Derek DeRocher, and there goes the buzzer to win play here in our first period. With our score, the Massena Central Red Raiders 1, the Oswego Buccaneers 0. You're watching Massena Central Red Raider playoff hockey action here on Edwards Production Sports.
Joy for Massena made it 1-0. And we were mentioning that it looked like Joy was just trying to keep the puck in the zone and put a good shot on net. As goalie Jeff DeSanti was screened and he didn't even see it, went up over his shoulder, put the Raiders up 1-0. After that, nothing but penalties, 3 more penalties. DeRocher, Vashaw, and Bauer went off, and that's where we stand after 1, the Raiders in the lead. Shots on goal for the period, Oswego 5 and Massena 7. So a pretty even match so far after 1, Chip.
I think you might see the Red Raiders start to open up a little bit as the play goes on. Pretty closely checked, basically, hockey game. That first line of Jason Bauer, Tony Siapu, and Dave Vashaw for Oswego, they had a couple of chances.
Yeah, that's definitely the line to watch, as Jason Bauer, 38 points on the year, Siapi with 37, and Vashaw 47. So that's a real strong line for Oswego. And they did have some very good chances.
You're getting a chance to see some of the large crowd in attendance here at the Massena Arena tonight for this quarterfinal playoff hockey game. On the draw, it's controlled by the Buccaneers, and it's Vargason. Kyle Vargason plays for Vashaw, tries to clear it. He can't, broken up by Cameron. Centering try in front. Nobody there for the Red Raiders. Now it's Siapa, a pass for Vashaw. Vashaw's got Bauer going to the net, but Red Raiders have the puck. This is Cameron. LeBombard, look out. Brian LeBombard, a good job to get away from Neil Pecor, who was setting him up, Mickey.
Yeah, I saw that coming too, and he ducked at the last minute.
Frank Joy back in his own zone, being watched by Dave Vashaw. Mark Tile has his pass broken up, and Vashaw has it. Winding, but a good play that time by Trevor Cameron, as Cameron just got his stick on Vashaw's stick as he was letting that shot go. LeBombard, Tile back to LeBombard, but Picor. Oh, two good plays by Picor to break that up, and then Trevor Cameron went heavily into the goalpost.
Shoulder first.
He appears to
I've
be
done
okay.
that before. That doesn't feel good.
Neil Picor with two nice plays on defense to break up Red Raider chances that time. 12:50 remaining in our second period. There you get a look at Trevor Cameron's stats on the season.
16 goals, 29 assists, 45 points. Another good year out of the Raider captain.
The stats courtesy of Massena Central Red Raider coach Tim Long. And the stats coming off the game sheets. DeRocher off the draw, sends in deep. Brian Terry, Matt Reed, and Sebastian Bergeron out there for the Red Raiders. A pass intended for Oswego's Andy Grimshaw goes too far for him. And Chris Aldis now trying to get away from Grimshaw. Derek DeRocher. Now Bergeron for Matt Reed, a nice pass. Reed goes to center with Terry. Bergeron has to wait. Now Reed with it. Reed lost the puck in his skates momentarily. This is Brian Terry from Matt Reed. Reed trying to get away from Doty and Bergeron was tied up, but here's a centering try, and wow, that one almost, I heard pipe. Yeah, it went off the side of the net, I think. Here's a shot from the point by Aldis, very similar to the Frank Joyce goal. Now in front.
Cameron without, Bergeron.
And Dave Doty got a leg on that.
And we're going to have a penalty on the play. I'm not sure who it's going to go to. It looks like it's going to be to the Raiders. I believe Terry hitting from behind.
11:45 to play here in our second period, and 1-0. There you get a look at Brian Terry and his statistics on the regular season: 5 goals and 11 assists for a total of 16 points. So the Red Raiders send out Kenny Smith along with Jason Chilton, Josh Banberg, and Frank Joy, the penalty killers. And Oswego, and this is Spanberg in over the line. He's being watched by Tony Siapa. They have Siapa along with Vashaw, Bauer, Picor, and we'll get that other power play. It's Dave Doty, the power play unit for Oswego. This is Bauer in over the line, zigzagging but broken up by the Red Raider defense. This is Jason Chilton. Chilton will work at the center. Jason Chilton moves in over the line. Siapa takes the puck away from Jason Chilton. Down to 40 seconds remaining on the Massena penalty. 10:50 to play in our second period. Red Raiders changing penalty killers here as Cameron steps on, replacing Spanberg. This is Tony Siapa. Siapa will move in over the line. Winding, shooting.
Good hard shot there.
And a good patch save by Mike Ramsdell. Had to be alert on that one. This is LeBombard. LeBombard's checked by Neil Picor. Picor, pretty big guy out there, Mickey. He's a senior defenseman. He's 6'1", 210. He's got real good size.
Yes, he does.
Trevor Cameron, penalized player back on. Red Raiders back at full strength. Trevor Cameron hit from behind by Dave Vashaw.
And that's going to put the Raiders up.
So we'll get a look at Massena's second power play opportunity of this hockey game. And I think Dave Vashaw explaining to the referee that might have been a partial dive on that play, ref, but there you get a look at Vashaw's stats on the season.
Oswego really didn't get anything generated on their power play. Massena did a real good job killing it off.
So Tim Long sends out Ryan LeBombard, Trevor Cameron, and Mark Tile. Up front, Chris Aldis and Derek DeRocher will be at the points on this power play. Pete Sears will counter here with Dan Dorsey. Along with Brian Lester, Tony Siapa, and Dave Doty. Ooh. So Aldis loses the puck. Now Oswego in for break. Oh, it hit the crossbar. Just like that, Brian Lester moved in over the line, took a pass from a teammate, snapped that one off real quick. Graham's Dunn might have got a piece of it, but it went off the crossbar.
Tyo let a ripper go.
And that didn't miss by much. This is Aldis now, as the Red Raiders try to set up. Cameron, Tyo. Oh, boy! What a save by DeSantis. And he kicked that leg out, and I think he got a piece of that one. Good work, though,
boy,
by
that was
Red Raiders.
Textbook right there. Cameron down to Tyo. Tyo steps out and fires it across. As LeBombard couldn't finish.
Now Cameron for DeRocher. Back to Cameron. Trevor Cameron working in over the line. Mark Tyo. Tyo fakes a shot. Oh! And DeSantis got a piece of that. This is DeRocher at the point. 8 seconds remaining on the Oswego penalty. 8:45 in our second period. Happy to have you with us here on Edwards Production Sports for live hockey action. In front, a shot. DeSantis got a piece of it, and the Buccaneers back at full strength. Now rushing the puck in over the line. Look at Chris Aldis. Good play by the Red Raider captain, Chris Aldis. And is he going to go?
No, I believe Cameron is going to go off for slashing on the back check.
Timmy Long showing his displeasure at that penalty. There you get a look at Trevor Cameron in the penalty box. Cameron with 16 goals and 29 assists for 45 points. A senior on this Red Raider hockey team.
Time 6 minutes, 34 seconds.
Oswego on the power play again. Vasha, Bauer, Siapa, that front line for the Buccaneers. And they have Pecor back with Doty at the points. Red Raiders countering here with a penalty-killing unit of Joy, Spanberg, Chilton, and Smith. Frank Joy trying to push the puck up along in the corner, but it's deflected and out of play. 8:10 remaining, second period, 1-0. Red Raiders lead it. We'll be right back.
Oh, and there's our sign.
Josh Spanberg, or check that, Derek Gladding. Gladding, and Spanberg was moving into the slot area, but that pass was broken up. DeRocher, Aldis, shooting, and he fires just wide. Oswego trying to clear. This is Bauer. Now it's Chilton. Circling to get away from Bauer. Now the give and go, and Chilton couldn't control that bouncing puck. Fans looking for another penalty here, but they won't get one. Here's Spanberg trying to take a shot. He was checked, and Vasha was almost sent the other way. Now Aldis behind the net being checked by Vasha. In forechecking also is Dan Dorsey. Down to 20 seconds left on the Red Raider power play and 5:20 in our second period. 1-1 our score, Massena and Oswego. Here's a shot by Jason Chilton. That's kicked into the corner by netminder DeSantis. This is DeRocher. Aldis one-times it, but right off of Neil Pecor, and Pecor will start out with Micah Senzi. Pecor to a Senzi, back to Pecor, and a close call.
Very close, Chip.
I think Spanberg might have just got a piece of Pecor's stick.
There's a penalty right there.
Aldis working the puck to center. Gladding. Checked by Pecor, and touched by Oswego. And the whistle goes. Down to 4:43 remaining here in our second period. And the Red Raiders and Buccaneers of Oswego all tied up 1-1. We'll be back after this.
All of us at the center in Massena would like to say good luck to the Massena Red Raiders, the Salmon River Shamrocks, and the St. Lawrence Larrys this season. We also want to announce that we have dances and different events every weekend. So after your sports or activities, come in from the cold and enjoy the center. Phone for more details and more information at 769-9770.
Red Raiders on the power play here as Neil Pecor went to the penalty box. And it's Trevor Cameron out there with Mark Tayo and Brian LeBombard. Frank Joy, Kenny Smith at the point. Red Raiders trying to set up here. This is Cameron. Cameron with a puck in the corner. Slides it along the ice, but Frank Joy could not hold it in, and the Red Raiders now have to regroup here at center ice. They send in. Mickey, it appears that when the Red Raiders go on the power play, that the Oswego forwards, like guys like Bauer and Siapper, who are quick, they want to stay on the Red Raiders before they can set up.
Yeah, that's right, Chip.
This is Kenny Smith now in the corner. Brian LeBombard loses the puck. Trevor Cameron trying to hold in. Good job by Cameron, but he's only going to be able to hold it in momentarily. The Buccaneers clear at the length of the ice. 30 seconds left on the Oswego penalty. Down to 3:40 in our second period. 1-1 our score. This is Frank Joy. Now to Kenny Smith. Brian LeBombard backhands it in. Joe Ferguson has it. Mark Tayo now in forechecking. 12 seconds left on the Red Raider power play. Trevor Cameron. Cameron trying to play it in front. That went off of Doty's stick. Slot area, Kenny Smith fires, but wide of the mark. Penalized player for Oswego coming back on. Mark Tayo circling. Tayo trying to center it in front. Tayo still with a puck. Now Pecor back on, and he makes his presence known as he clears the puck to center. The Red Raiders wrap it back in. Oswego now have Vasha set up at the Massena blue line as they send it to the length of the ice, but we got a break in the action now. 2:53 remaining, second period. Massena 1, Oswego 1.
The Akwesasne Fuel Station, located at the Mountain Log Cabin on the Akwesasne Reservation, has a 24-hour gas bar. It features regular, premium, and diesel gases, all tax-free, along with a mini-mart that has tax-free cigarettes, cold drinks, and grocery items. The mini-mart is open 24 hours except Wednesday and Sunday, where it closes at 10. That's the Akwesasne Fuel Station on Route 37 in Hogansburg.
Off the draw, the Red Raiders can't keep the puck in the Oswego zone. This is Chris Aldis out of zone blue line. Along the boards for Spanberg. Or Gladding, that is. Spanberg going in for the Blues puck. DeRocher holds in at the line, but they're going to call it a hand pass, and rightly so, because it came about in the offensive zone. So we'll break in the action, Mickey. There you see our score. And all kinds of twos up there in the scoreboard for time remaining. 2:22 in our second period.
Overall, Chip, I think Massena's been outplaying Oswego in this period. Getting their chances, but just not being able to finish as the puck went flying up in the stands. Looks like it hit a fan, but he's okay. We'd like to see that. We don't like to see anybody get hurt.
That looked like Jerry Maston who almost got that one. Jerry, you have to be careful down there when you're in attendance watching these games. It's not a basketball, it's a hockey puck. We want to be careful. This is Vasha. Vasha in over the line. He's checked on the play. And now Jason Chilton. Chilton works in over the line. Still with a puck, but Siappa back checking him on the play. Now it's Spanberg. Spanberg circling around the net, but Pecor. Now in front, Chilton tries to turn around and shoot. Derek Gladding is tied up on a play, and the Red Raiders credit Oswego on a play, making good defense. Red Raiders just couldn't get any shots off. This is Derek DeRocher in his own zone. 1:30 to play in our second period. Now Gladding waits. Oswego back the other way. This is Vasha. He looks like a pretty tired hockey player out there right now.
They've got Vasha almost playing a sucky position up near the mid-ice and towards Massena's blue line, looking for that one-time quick pass to send him up free.
Now in front!
Oh, he goal! Matt Reed! And that pass came from, I believe, Terry from behind the net. And Matt Reed just buried it one time. Nice play, Brian Terry. It happened oh so quick.
DeSantis didn't have a chance to move on that one. I think he put it through the 5-hole as the Red Raiders go up 2-1. Matt Reed. There you go. Look at the Massena Central Red Raider freshman.
Matt Reed, a freshman from Massena, 6 goals, 16 assists, 22 points on the year.
And picks up a big goal to put the Red Raiders back out in the lead. 2-1. And we're under a minute to play in our second period. This is Mike Asenzi. Asenzi sends one near the net. Intended for Dan Dorsey, but wide of the mark. Now Kenny Smith will rush the puck to center. Smith will step to the fence. Smith a back pass for Bergeron. Bergeron just wide of the mark. Back there for Oswego was Kyle Vargason. Now the Buccaneers slowed up. We get delayed offsides coming. Now back. Dorsey a shot off the leg of Frank Joy. 18 seconds in our second period. Vargason will play the puck into the Massena zone. Frank Joy with it. Mark Tile slowly plays it to center. And the puck is backhanded out of play.
The tempo is picking up a little bit, Chip, after that goal. Massena's a little fired up. As Matt Reed, a freshman, having an outstanding year. Physical, good skilled player. With just 4 seconds left in the period, he puts the Raiders up 2-1.
And the Red Raiders will have Cameron, LeBombard, Tile out there. Joy and Smith on defense. And it's Bauer, Siapa, Vasha for Oswego. There's the buzzer to end the second period of play here. As the Massena Central Red Raiders being congratulated by a lot of the fans for a pretty good second period. Shots on goal. 5 for Oswego. 10. So we will come back here at the Massena Arena in just a moment to recap that second period of play. You're watching Massena Central Red Raiders playoff action live here on Cable 36, Edwards Production
Here in
Sports.
Connell Fuel's showcase room, we would like to introduce to you Thermal Pride, the finest in residential heating and air conditioning equipment. I suggest you see the cutaway of the Octotherm oil-fired furnace from Thermal Pride. They're built better to last longer and engineered to perform better than any on the market, with a limited lifetime warranty on the heat exchanger and a 3-year warranty on the burner. We also have Thermal Pride's high-efficiency condensing gas furnace. With the radiant burner of this condensing gas furnace, heat is actually transferred faster, providing warmer air more quickly and efficiently. Come down and see this high-quality Thermal Pride forced air equipment at Econo Fuels on the South Racket River Road, Massena, New York.
Chip Chapman and Mickey Edwards back at the Massena Arena, and we are after 2 periods of play here tonight in this quarterfinal playoff hockey game. And our score, the Massena Central Red Raiders 2, the Oswego Buccaneers 1. The Red Raiders led after 1-0. Here to recap that second period of play is Mickey Edwards.
We started out the period again, Chip, with some penalties. Both teams playing physical. Massena having, I would say, the better hand on the period. But nonetheless, at 6:58, a goal by Siapa from Recorv tied the game for Oswego at 1. A couple more penalties, and it wasn't until late in the second period, 1:03 left, Matt Reed
blasted the goal by DeSantis from Terry, a one-timer right in front of the net. The freshman gave the Raiders a 2-1 lead. The shots on goal for the period, Oswego 5, Massena 8. As Massena once again outshoots the Buccaneers. As there you get a good look at some of the guys coming out and supporting the Raiders here. They're having a good time over there.
And they know they're on TV.
Yes, they do.
Real nice crowd here tonight at the Massena Arena for this playoff game. So, we are after 2 periods with our score. The Massena Central Red Raiders 2, the Oswego Buccaneers 1. Chip Chapman alongside Mickey Edwards. Happy to have you back with us here at the Massena Arena. We are after 2 periods of play here tonight. With our score, the Massena Central Red Raiders 2, the Oswego Buccaneers 1. And once again, to recap that second period is Mickey Edwards.
Oh, good hockey action that period, Chip. The Oswego Buccaneers tied it up with 6:58 left with a goal coming from Siapa and Pecor, excuse me. And that made the game real interesting until 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the period. Freshman Matt Reed connecting off a beautiful pass from Terry put the Raiders up 2-1. Shots on goal for Oswego 5, Massena 8. As Massena out shooting Oswego in the game.
And saves in the game after 2 periods for DeSantis. He has 13 after 2 periods of play. And Mike Ramsdell has 9 saves in the net for Massena. While we have this chance, why don't we pass along some of our few community-minded sponsors who help bring you Northern Athletic Conference hockey throughout the season and now here into the playoffs.
The Center, 18 Center Street in Massena. Burns Truck Stop, number 9, Route 37, Hogansburg. LBM Lumber, Route 37, Hogansburg. Welcome Homes, Route 37, Massena. Northway Carpets and Floor Center, 138 Main Street, Massena. F&L Seaway Bowl, Heart Haven Plaza in Massena. Econo Fuels, South Racket River Road in Massena. Hotel Netto, 43 Andrews Street, Massena. Aqua Sosny Fuel Station and It's a Restaurant, Route 37 in Hogansburg. Winthrop Furniture Incorporated, Route 11 and 420 in Winthrop. And Robert Post Agency, Maple Street in Massena. And the Via Main Restaurant, Main Street, Massena. We'd like to thank those sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you this broadcast live from the Massena Arena.
Yes, sir, Mickey. And so what are we going to watch for here in this third period? I think if you're Massena, you've got to be careful of Oswego floating that man behind a defenseman here because, you know, you have explosive skaters like Vashaw and Siapa. You better be, if you're a defenseman, you better be looking because it looked like what Oswego's trying to do is they're trying to keep from the Red Raiders getting all 5 players inside the zone as they float that man.
And they did it several times in the second period as Dave Vashaw caught a pass well above the red line. But luckily Massena had a defender back to break it up. But I'd be looking for that, especially seeing that Oswego's down by a goal.
Dan Dorsey sent the puck the length of the ice, and Oswego is called for icing, so they'll bring it back and face it off to the right. Goaltender Jeff DeSantis, who had some real nice saves in the Oswego goal in that second period. Chilton on the draw. It's loose. Now Chilton swings around as he took a pass from Spanberg, but he partially fanned on that shot. Spanberg appears to have injured his shoulder. He was spun around with a stick. Guess he's okay. Held in at the point. Good play by Derek DeRocher. DeRocher sends the puck in deep. This is Dave Doty. Now for Dan Dorsey. This is a Senzi. Plays in deep. Lester fans on his shot, and the Red Raiders work back to center. Chilton and Glotting 2-on-2. Chilton, let's go. Here's Glotting. And he flipped that puck as DeSantis was down.
Chilton tried to split the D, And the puck was left there for the Massena player, and he just couldn't shuffle it in the net. At 14-14 left in the third period. We'll be back after this.
Portions of this program is sponsored in part by Michelex Plastics of Massena.
Red Raiders, this is LeBombard in the corner being pushed from behind. Oswego will play to center. Kenny Smith at center ice. Plays the puck in deep. The winner goes to the Final Four in Utica next weekend, and the loser goes home. Quarterfinal playoff hockey action. We're happy to have you with us here on Edwards Production Sports. There we go. Once again, that long pass for Vashaw, Mickey, but that one didn't connect. Frank Joy. I'm sure the Red Raiders coaching staff will alert the players to make sure you're watching. Here's Cameron. He's really upended. Neil Pecor has played a real strong game back on defense for Oswego. He's a big defenseman.
Real physical player.
Here's Bauer. Ooh, Ramsdell gets down on one knee and slides across. Makes a pad save. Tile. Too far for LeBombard. Red Raiders changing on the fly down to 13 minutes in this hockey game. Oswego trying to send out Brian Lester as they tried to catch the Red Raiders on a break, but icing is called against Oswego. 2-1, Red Raiders leading Oswego. We'll be back right after this.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And Bob Post has been there for over 30 years, serving the people of Massena with complete auto, home, and life insurance coverage. If you're not satisfied with your insurance situation, call Bob Post at 764-0189. Let him give you a quote and see the advantages that State Farm can offer you.
Oswego controlled the face-off, and they work the puck to center. Red Raiders send it right back in. This is Bergeron, Sebastian Bergeron, in front.
Right.
Ooh. Close shot. Terry was set up in front. DeSantis made the save. This is Bergeron again. Broken up this time by Micah Senzi. And now this is Bauer. Or check that, it's Brian Lester. Lester moving in over the line for Oswego. He'll roll it in deep. Going after it is Micah Senzi. Brian Terry with it in the corner for the Red Raiders. Bad pass. Terry with it once again, being watched on the play by Dorsey. Finally, the Red Raiders knock it out of their zone. DeSantis out of his net. Plays for defenseman Ben Mahalski. Mahalski with a pass at center for Jason Bauer, but we get a stoppage in play. And while we have this chance,
I'd like to mention some more of our sponsors again. Once again, the center at 18 Center Street in Massena. Burns Truck Stop number 9.
and I'm going to interrupt you here. I'll do this because I think they're going to call a penalty to Massena for interference, so you can get that down.
Okay.
Burns Truck Stop number 9, Route 37 in Hogansburg. LBM Lumber, Route 37 in Hogansburg. Welcome Homes, also on Route 37 in Massena. Northway Carpets and Floor Center, 138 Main Street in Massena. The F&L Seaway Bowl, 105 Hart Haven Plaza, Massena. Econo Fuels, South Rocket River Road in Massena. The Hotel Meadow, 43 Andrew Street in Massena. Aquasasni Fuel Station and Istas Restaurant, Route 37 in Hogansburg. Just some of our fine community-minded sponsors bringing you this hockey game live here on Cable 36, Edwards Production Sports. So the Buccaneers on a power play. They move in. Siapa for Bauer. Ramsdell gets his blocker on that one. Chilton slides to center for Gladding.
Back to the penalty chip. Terry was trying to get off the ice and make a player change, and one of the Buccaneers got in his way, and he was just fighting to get around him, and the referee called it for a penalty, interference, as Terry did give him a shove, but I think his main objective was to get off the ice. Nevertheless, 41 seconds left in the Buccaneers power play.
And a close call as Vashaw shoots the puck. Ramsdell made the save, lost the sight of it, Mickey, but was able to.
The Buccaneers didn't have anybody going to the net, because if they did.
And now we got Louis Trevino leading the cheers over there. Got a lot of the high school fans, the high school section. getting this, I'd say, definitely capacity crowd here at the Massena Arena.
Louis Trevino, one of Massena's #1 fans. Been around a long time, has done a lot for the community. Can't say enough about Mr. Trevino.
Puck us up along the dasher boards, and that's where play will stop with 10:51 remaining in our third period. And 21 seconds remaining here on the Massena penalty. And we'd like to really take time and thank TJ Moulton, who was very instrumental. He works for Massena New Channels and very helpful in helping us and all the New Channel staff in helping us to make this game possible live here on Edwards Production Sports. So thank you very much, TJ and everyone else at Massena New Channels. Now the Red Raiders. It's Frank Joy trying to clear and does. Penalized player back on for Massena, so the Red Raiders back at full strength. Cameron Tile, LaBombard for Massena. Siapa out there with Vashaw. This is Vashaw with a puck in Lester. Vashaw slowed up on the play. No doubt, Vashaw and Siapa, they're seeing a lot of ice time. And Jason Bauer, although Bauer's not out right at the moment. Now LaBombard, he is drilled by Pecor, but Lombard is slowly going to the Massena bench. He was really hit hard on the play by Neil Pecor right in front of the penalty box area. Now we have a penalty coming up. Red Raiders in over the line. Tile. Got Spanberg going. Spanberg redirected that one, and Jeff DeSantis with a nice save.
Did he ever make a good save? He was coming across the net, and the shot came to the opposite post, and DeSantis had to get a stick on it and did, and saved a goal right there. But Massena's going to go to the power play with 9:35 left in the period for, I believe, tripping or interference.
Yep, Pecor's in the penalty box. This hockey action being brought to you by Winthrop Furniture Incorporated, corner of Route 11 and 420 in Winthrop. Michelle's Plastics in Massena. Hurlbut Tent Rentals on the Louisville Road in Massena. The home, of course, of New York Ranger defenseman Mike Hurlbut. Peach Jewelers, 10 Phillips Street in Massena. The Bob Post Insurance Agency, Maple Street, Massena. And the Via Main Restaurant. Red Raiders on the power play send out Chilton, Gladding, Spanberg, DeRocher, Aldis at the point. This is DeRocher at the point. Chris Aldis. Now Spanberg set up in front. Red Raiders play the puck across DeRocher in front. That goes off a leg of Dan Dorsey. And the Red Raiders now will have to regroup at center. It's Jason Bauer, Dan Dorsey, Tony Siapa, and Dave Doty, the penalty killers for Oswego. Well, we have this chance. We're going to step away. Red Raiders in the lead over Oswego 2-1.
Via Main, the family restaurant featuring a full menu of selections, daily specials, breakfast, lunch, dinner, with home-style cooking and a pleasant atmosphere. Open daily from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. The Via Main, located near the post office in Massena.
Losing the puck, and with it now, Dan Dorsey. Dorsey 2-on-1 with Jason Bauer. Dorsey shooting. Oh, good pad save by Mike Ramsdell. Once again here, Mickey, you got to credit Chris Aldis with a great play, because Aldis did not allow Dorsey to get the puck across to Jason Bauer. And if I were Massena, I would much rather have Dorsey shooting the puck on me than Jason Bauer, a guy who's got 23 goals and 15 assists for 38 points on the season. Chris Aldis, a beautiful play on that 2-on-1.
Yes, sir, Chip.
While we have this chance, we should mention our people behind the scenes here tonight, helping us out in this hockey game, of course. Timmy Coyle is on the roving camera. Gary Edwards is up above our broadcast location here at the Massena Arena. And, of course, the new dad, Chad Edwards, is in our trailer behind the Massena Arena. Chet Edwards producing all of our shots here tonight. Kenny Smith shooting off a leg. Vashaw with it. Ridden off the puck. Here's Smith a shot. That one blocked too. Now a breakaway. Vashaw takes a pass. He's in out alone. Vashaw to the back. Oh, Mike Ramsdale. Wow. And Mark Tile. Tile with a puck. Now to LeBombard. LeBombard appears to be okay after being hit by Pecor a little while ago. 7:35 to play in our hockey game. 2-1 our score. Micah Senzi overskated the puck. Well, like we were talking, though.
I was just going to say, Chip, the one thing we've been talking about all game is watching out for Vashaw up the middle, and that's what they did.
Vashaw looks so tired out there. He has seen so much ice time, though, for Oswego. Now we get a break. It's Jason Bauer. Oh, he scores! Jason Bauer for Oswego took the puck off of Red Raiders' stick at center ice. Moved in, let a slap shot go from the top of the face-off circle. And it got by Mike Ramsdale and into the net. And Oswego have tied this game at 2-2.
That's going to be an unassisted goal by Bowers. He just let a rocket from the top of the circle. And Ramsdale got a piece of it, but it deflected into the top corner, and it's all tied at 2 with just 7 minutes left in the third. This one's getting interesting, Chip.
No doubt about that. 7:05 remaining now in the stoppage and play, and a chance to remind you that tonight's game being brought to you by the Center, 18 Center Street, Massena. Burns Truck Stop number 9, Route 37 in Hogansburg. LBM Lumber, Route 37 in Hogansburg. Welcome Homes, Route 37 in Massena. Northway Carpets and Floor Center, 138 Main Street, Massena. Derek DeRocher had the puck bounce over his stick. This is Tony Siapa. Siapa centers in front, but only red and white jerseys there to intercept that pass. And the Red Raiders back now. Matt Reed. Reed in over the line. He's muscled off the puck by Neil Pecor. Reed with it once again. Aldis one-times it. Wide of the mark. Derek DeRocher sends in front. Deflected away by Dan Dorsey. Here's Aldis. Now for Matt Reed. Derek DeRocher, his shot hits an Oswego player.
There's a penalty.
Matt Reed taken down, and there goes the whistle. 6:23 remaining in our hockey game.
This third line of Massena, Terry, Reed, and Bergeron have made things happen tonight with a beautiful goal to make it 2-1, and now Reed just draws a penalty.
There you see our score with 6:23 remaining, and the Red Raiders with another power play opportunity. And it's Jason Bauer going to the penalty box as you get a look at the Oswego junior, 5'8", 176 pounds, and there are his credentials on the season.
38 points. Big goal again tonight for Bauer as we get a timeout
called. And while we have this chance, we're going to step out. 2-2 our score, 6:23 remaining in the third period.
Jason Bauer, on minute and a half.
At Withram Furniture, you can find a full line of carpets and flooring, as well as a large selection of living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture. With many designs to choose from, visit their new second floor showroom and see how affordable, tasteful furniture can be. That's Winthrop Furniture, located on the corner of Route 11 and 420 in Winthrop, or phone them at 315-389-5502.
Back to live action as we just had a timeout with 6:23 left in the third period, all tied at 2, Chip. We're going to see some hockey in these next 6 minutes.
And the Red Raiders with an excellent opportunity here as they go on the power play. And it's Terry, Bergeron, and Reed.
Tonight's attendance, 1,430.
1,430 people tonight's attendance. Here at the Massena Arena.
The face-off goes up into the crowd. Almost like it was through out. It went out so fast.
The Massena Central Red Raiders, who were nominated or voted the Sportsmanship Award by the referees, I understand. And very nice award that the Red Raider, a nice team award, Mickey, that they get. Here, Aldis on a power play, a shot knocked down by Pecors. It never reached the net. Now they send Siapa the other way. Siapa was checked by Aldis. And Matt Reed on the power play tried to leave the puck for Terry. That was broken up. And Aldis back in his own zone, being watched by Dave Vashaw. 5:45 remaining in our third period, and 50 seconds remaining on the Red Raider power play. Oswego send the puck to Vashaw. Vashaw working one-on-one against Aldis. Aldis just gets enough of Vashaw to knock him off. Now Vashaw sets up Siapa, but he couldn't control that puck. Look at Vashaw, very, very tired as he goes to the Oswego bench. This is Reed in over the line. Reed being checked on the play by Dorsey. This is Bergeron. Matt Reed, Brian Terry skating in front. Here's a shot. He hits his own player, Terry, with it. As Matt Reed let that one go. Terry shooting. Oh, it hit the goalpost, I think.
I heard pipe on that one.
Penalized player back on for Oswego, so they successfully kill off that minute-and-a-half penalty. Down to 4:45 in our hockey game. Bauer intercepts, lets a shot go, and Ramsdell got a glove on that one. So the Red Raiders have to be very careful in their own zone. Oh, Josh Spanberg was upended by Neil Pecor. Boy, any Red Raider forward moving into that Oswego line has to be looking out for Pecor. Red Raiders trying to control the puck. This is Spanberg. Trying to play for Chilton, but it's out to center ice. 4 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in our hockey game. 2-2 our score. It's been a good one from the Massena Arena. We are glad that you've been able to join us here tonight on Edwards Production Sports, Cable 36. Frank Joy back at center. Now into his own zone. Look out. Loses the puck off Vashaw's stick, but Bauer couldn't do anything with it. This is Siapa, though. Tries to send in front. Red Raiders having some problems here. Finally, Kenny Smith skates at the center and over the line. Smith, a pass across, but broken up by the Oswego defense. 3:20 remaining in our regulation play. Now a long pass intended for Vashaw. Too far for him. Oswego called for icing. They'll bring the face-off back down into the Oswego zone. There you see our score.
Mention some more of our sponsors. Econo Fuels on the South Bracket River Road. Hotel Netto, 43 Andrew Street, Massena. And F&L Seaway Bowl, 105 Harhaven Plaza.
Coach Tim Long from the Massena Central Red Raiders sending out that line of Mark Tile, Trevor Cameron, and Brian LeBombard. A chant of Let's Go Raiders here.
The fans rise to the occasion, cheering on the Red Raiders.
Off the draw, Mark Tile trying to get away from a check. Tile tried to play it in front, broken up by the Oswego defense. Vashaw plays it out to center. Now Vashaw moves in over the line. He's got Siapa going to the net. But good play broken up by Aldis. Here's Pecor winding and shooting one high over the Red Raider goal. Now the Red Raiders trying to move it out to center with Pecor. Beats Trevor Cameron to the puck. This is Dave Vashaw once again. Vashaw for Asensi. but broken up. Good anticipation by Derek DeRocher. DeRocher now for LeBombard, back to DeRocher. Trevor Cameron! Oh, Trevor Cameron with quite an opportunity there. Here's Mark Tayo, and his shot knocked down by Pecor. Tayo again, shot knocked down by Pecor. Red Raiders trying to move it in front. Cameron. And the puck went, I think, right off the edge of our roving cameraman Tim Cole that time. Tim, I don't know if you're getting a hazard duty pay down there, I wonder, or 2:17 to play. Good save a moment ago by Jeff DeSantis on Trevor Cameron.
Trevor Cameron snapped it real hard and high and hit DeSantis up high in the shoulder.
Matt Reed, Brian Terry, Sebastian Bergeron out there for the Red Raiders. And this line has one of the two Red Raider goals here in this hockey game. DeSantis out of his net. Bergeron tried to flip it in front, but it went off the back of the net. Dorsey sends ahead Jared LeDuc.
That's going to be offsides. With 1:55 left. Some more of our sponsors. Via Main Restaurant, Main Street, Massena. Robert Post Agency, Maple Street, Massena. And Hurlbut Tent Rentals, Louisville Road in Massena.
Red Raiders control the draw. Frank Joy. A pass at center. This is Sebastian Bergeron from Matt Reed. Reed to the backhand. A shot. Didn't get all of it. And DeSantis made the save. Brian Terry ran into his own player. Now Neil Pecor back the other way. Pecor upended.
Good back checking by Terry. And we've got an offsides on the play, and it's hard to hear the whistle. The crowd is getting into the game so much, Chip. Ref had to blow the whistle three times there. .127 left. 2-2 the score.
And we just have 1:20 remaining here in our third period. Now the Red Raiders at center. This is Josh Spanberg in over the line, rolls it into the corner. Pecor played the puck behind the net, intercepted by the Red Raiders. This is gliding in front. Oh, shot.
Diving save by DeSantis as Chilton got his stick and redirected it toward the far corner of the net. Good opportunity.
Good play a moment ago, I think, by Derek Gliding, who tried to center it right in front. Might have been Chilton.
Yeah.
It was parked in front of the net. DeSantis got a piece of it and elected to hold on. So we're down to 1:03 in regulation play. So we're under a minute. And icing called against Oswego, and now every face-off becomes critical.
Well, let's see who they take out for the draw. They're going to keep Chilton. There you see the Massena banner flying high.
Tim Long sending out Jason Chilton, or I should say keeping out, in this case, Jason Chilton and Derek Lanning and Josh Spanberg with Aldis and DeRocher. On defense, this is Aldis shooting off the skate. Lanning behind the net, trying to center, deflected, and Oswego clear it out of their own zone. Chris Aldis to Derek Lanning. Lanning couldn't control. And the puck deflects off of one of the players in the Oswego bench area and out of play. 35 seconds to go. And I know that this broadcaster is very scared of, there you see our score, of an Oswego player by the name of Vashaw sneaking behind that Red Raider defense. I know we've mentioned it 2 or 3 times, but you can't help but mention it, because that's how Oswego is going to try to spring their man here to try to end this thing, you know.
That's right, Chip. They've been looking for that long cross-ice pass up through the middle all game.
This is Mark Tile Rolling the puck in deep, down to 25 seconds in our hockey game. Regulation play, that is. Good play by Aldis to keep the puck in at the blue line, but now it's out to center. Trevor Cameron losing the puck to Vasha. Dave Vasha. Another steady game by Chris Aldis. Back on defense for Massena. Now LaBomba, back the other way. Shooting!
With just 7 seconds left. Ryan LaBombard is going to be the hero of the night. And the Massena Central Red Raiders lead this hockey game 3-2. There you get a look at Brian Sullivan, the hero of the night, a junior. He can rack up the points as we just saw there. 19 goals, 19 assists, 38 points. As he just made the Massena Arena explode as the fans are on their feet.
.14:53. The time of the goal. Ryan LaBombard. Wow. What a finish. LaBombard let that shot go. It got behind DeSantis. Now Pete Sears, the coach of Oswego, has removed his goaltender. 4 seconds remaining. LaBombard just fires wide. To Utica.
You're watching it live on WEPT.
Cable 36.
The Raiders are celebrating.
Tim Long on his way out. Wow, what a finish to this hockey game as it looked like it might be overtime. Brian LaBombard let that shot go from the right side, just above the top of the face-off circle. 7 shots on goal for Oswego. 7 for Massena. So 17, Massena outshoots Oswego 22-17 in the game.
As we see the team shaking hands, an outstanding effort by both teams.
And the Massena Central Red Raiders will go to the Final Four in the States next weekend in Utica. And the Canton Golden Bears won also today, and they will advance in Division 2.
As the Raiders and WEPT are on the road to Utica.
And wow, what a big win for the Massena Central Red Raiders. They went to the sectionals last year, and a lot of these guys wanted to go back again this year. This was a real good hockey game. Pete Sears and Tim Long congratulating one another. I'll tell you, it was a real good game. It was a very close officiated game, Mickey. Good, officiated very well.
Yes. The fans are still on their feet.
Coaching chairman for hockey, Mr. Jim Howard of Ogdensburg, is ready to present the certificates to the runner-up in this game. Let's have a nice hand and the captains come forward, please.
Jim Howard, the commissioner of Section 10 and coach, I believe, of the Ogdensburg Blue Devils, is out on the ice, and he will be presenting the certificate for these two teams, the Oswego Buccaneers, and it's Dave Vashaw,
And now,
the captain.
if we could have the captains forward, presentation of the regional championship plaque to the Massena Red Raiders.
Aldous Cameron and Chilton accepting
It's on to Utica. Let's win that.
Okay, so with a score of 1-0, Massena after 1, and 2-1 after 2. Let's recap that third period, Mickey. It was 2-1 after 2, and then it was Jason Bauer picking up the tying goal for Oswego right at the 7:47 mark.
unassisted goal at 7:13 left in the period. Bauer, hard slap shot, top of the circle. Put it by goaltender Ramsdell. And that tied it up at 2, and it wasn't until just a few minutes ago at just 7 seconds left, LeBombard, and I didn't get the assist, sent the Raiders
Into the States.
down to Utica, as WEPT will be down there with the Raiders, covering the action downstate. As there you see our final score, 3-2.